is Wario again. Very important message today. And you guys need to watch this, because if you don't, then you're really not going to know what's about to happen. And concerning tomorrow, this might help you guys out too. So, right now it's actually 10:58 p.m. A little bit late, but, kids are still up, because there's a cancellation that they heard of in school today, and yeah, that means school's canceled tomorrow. So, if anyone else has school tomorrow in this area, and you happen to be seeing this, then, lucky you guys. But really, it's actually not a good reason that they canceled. And I'll get to explain that right now. But first, I'd like to apologize for the lack of uploads. Like, we kind of been forgetting the list. We did do Luigi Cuts class at some point, but we forgot about the rest of them. So yeah, basically we only have 3 videos off the list done now. But, yeah. Now I'm gonna explain to you why school's been canceled for tomorrow. So, tomorrow is apparently this huge nor'easter. Its name is Riley. And yeah, it's a huge nor'easter that's gonna hit us tomorrow morning. Not gonna be that bad, but it's gonna worsen as it gets deeper into tomorrow. And it's gonna last the whole weekend, so this is really concerning. Tomorrow we're gonna start off with rain, snow, a lot of winds. They're not gonna be at their peak point though by the morning, but there will be tons of coastal flooding, major in our area, and that's, I'm sure, not good. Like, you don't want to experience that. But for anyone who lives near the coast, then that's gonna happen throughout all of the northern United States. It's on the weather right now. Major storms coming in. It's a nor'easter. It's gonna be really strong. First day, which is tomorrow, probably gonna be the worst of all 3, even though it lasts 3 days. So tomorrow, the first day of the storm, gonna start with winds. The gusts are gonna be not at their peak point yet, but getting close. And there's gonna be tons of rain and snow, and accumulations are still expected here, even though it's mostly rain. Then Saturday, you think it gets worse because the winds increase, but actually it gets better because the rain and snow ceases, even though there's still huge risk of coastal floods. And power outages are at a higher risk than ever. I can't even believe 3 News is not doing this. They should be. But for some reason they haven't. So there's major coastal flooding, huge chance of power outages, like, larger than any chance we've had before. There's, rather than isolated, which is normally what we get, it's even gone past scattered. It's multiple. It's a level up multiple based on the news, which probably means they're gonna be really severe, very widespread, and that's not good. That's really not good. And most of it, as people are saying, would be caused by the trees, which is probably why, a few days back people were cutting down trees near our area, probably to prevent this from happening. They knew this was coming. So, for you people that were cutting down the trees, you've done something good. You're trying to save us. And, trying to prepare for the storm and all. But it's still going to be a serious impact. It's almost as if a hurricane's coming in, because the winds are going to be so strong. But it's not a hurricane, it's nor'easter. Hurricane would not involve snow. This is a nor'easter. It involves snow. And I don't think we've ever had coastal flooding that's been worse than Winter Storm Grayson. And this is definitely going to be worse than Grayson. So if you thought that was bad, this is going to be a lot worse. Because I can remember Grayson, and it almost got inside. It was like at the peak of our lawn, and made all the way to the border of the apartment building, but it didn't get inside. This time it's probably gonna get inside the garage or something, and then it's gonna come through the garage, flood into Matt's apartment. Maybe we'll be fine up here, but Matt's apartment probably gonna be trashed. And there's a huge chance of coastal floods tomorrow, and once again, that's tomorrow. not very far away, and I'm not excited. And, oh my goodness. 40 to 50 miles an hour. There's like 30, 40 mile an hour gusts inland, and that's pretty unusual. And then getting closer to the coast, it's like 40 to 50, and then right where we are, gusts can get up to 65. And then all the way on the Cape, it gets up to 70. Just saw the weather. But this is terrible. It's probably best, especially if you live in our area. Like, if you live right on the coast, then the best option for you would be to evacuate. Leave immediately. Tonight's your last chance. Otherwise, you're gonna have to ride it out, and trust me, that's not gonna be fun. This is a serious matter. So, yeah, you can pick one of two decisions. One, leave and go inland, because you've got a better chance of survival there, even though accumulations of snow will be higher. There will be a little bit of a lower chance of power outages further inland. Yeah, there will be more snow, but at least the winds will be as strong, and no chance of coastal flooding. Only, like flash flooding, and that's really not a that's really not a big impact, so if I were you, then I would probably evacuate and go inland. Stay on the coast is going to be a risky decision. Just to point that out. So, I really don't think it's a guy that stay on the coast. And if you think it's a good idea to stay on the coast, then what are you thinking? Like, I'm sure it's possible in a few areas around the coast that, there are hills and raised land and places you'll be able to withstand the storm from. But most places, done with. So, yeah, Grayson was bad. This is gonna be, like, at least twice as bad. So, Grayson, basically not gonna be any big deal compared to this. And, if you remember Grayson, it came up all the way on all of our roads and surrounded the apartment building from all directions. And then, it slowly drained out. And we even lost power for a split second. This is probably going to be way worse. We're probably going to go hours without power this time. The water's probably going to get inside the apartment building. And even worse, snow accumulations might even be... Actually, they might be the same. Maybe even less, because really not going to be that much of an impact here, but it's going to be rain thrown into the mix now. And that's probably going to increase the chance of how much the water's going to go up. It's probably going to just increase its height, and we don't want that happening. So I'm just going to go find Frank and tell him about this, wherever the heck he is. Frank's in here. What the heck do you want now, Wario? Huge nor'easter is coming tomorrow. I kind of need your opinion if we should either stay here or evacuate. My best choice would be evacuate. Get the heck out of here. There's no way we're staying when a huge nor'easter's gonna come blasting through. Well, it's just gonna be terrible. Yeah. So I'm on your side. Evacuating is a good idea, so why would you, suggest that anyways? Well, Wario, it's a nor'easter, and last time I experienced a nor'easter, it was quite calm, but this one I know it's gonna be dangerous. Yeah, it's gonna be twice as bad as Grayson. Coastal flooding, a whole bunch of bad stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you. Maybe we should just leave if it gets bad enough during the storm. Actually, no. If the storm gets here, there's no chance of being able to evacuate. The last chance is tonight before it starts. I get it. It's too late to go out, though. It's like already 11 p.m. But not a bad suggestion, anyways. Anyways, it would be terrible. Coastal flooding is where I break it. A little bit of wind, that's okay. A little bit of snow accumulations, perfectly alright. Maybe that power outage, we can make it through that as long as we don't lose a lot of heat in the place. We can make it through a few hours without power, but stays out for a whole day, then maybe it's best to get out when the storm's over. But if our house starts to, apartment building, if it starts to actually flood inside, then I'm calling it and we're leaving. And even if we have to travel by foot, we're gonna go somewhere. Okay, that's a good enough explanation. See, I thought so. Alright, so you heard from Frank. Storms are going to be really dangerous. We can stand the amount of snow and maybe the amount of wind, because there's no way that would cause structural damage. Snow would basically do nothing. Wind is basically the main cause of a ton of all this stuff. So yeah, Frank said it so that power outages, we can stand a few hours without power, but once our house, I keep doing that. So does Frank. But once the apartment building floods, then we're getting out of here, no matter what. Doesn't even matter if we have to go by foot, but we're getting out of here. You know, I'm not gonna stand for an actual indoor flood. Outdoors, bad enough. Like, you know, actually seeing damage go on outside, exterior damage, that's kind of where we draw the line, and we decide one more move of the water. If it gets inside, then we're going for good. So it better not get inside, because if it does, then I know we're screwed. Now, I think the message has gone on for a while, but the last thing I want to say is that cancellations have been going around for basically everything. Ferries, schools on the coast, and this nor'easter is the reason why. And it's really difficult to explain all, but basically this is potentially the worst storm that would ever hit us. Even worse than that storm of 78, even worse than Grayson. It's gonna be terrible. I know it's gonna be even worse than a blizzard like Winter Storm Juno happened a few years ago. You know, we're talking about major coastal floods, tons of scattered power outages, and you know, even a few inches of snow. But that's really nothing out of normal. In fact, it's a little below the average accumulation. We usually get like feet of snow here. So yeah, but that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you actually take my advice and try and get out of here as soon as you can. It'd be best to like leave the New England area, just go west, or maybe even south would work. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great night while it lasts, because tomorrow, who knows what you'll expect as long as you're in the New England area. So take my recommendation and just evacuate. Don't try and ride out the storm.